to know. From masterpieces to deep fried tacos. And if the movie sucks, you might hear them say, there's no telling where the guys will take you. Get ready for a spoiler. Won't say it twice, cause we already warned you. Better watch out, it's gonna ruin the plot. Real spoilers. Real spoilers. Real spoilers.
Broadcasting from the lush but not lavish studios located in the basement of the O'Keefe Institute for Advanced Film Snarkitude, this is Real Spoilers, episode 863.
You got it.
I did have
First
it right in
try.
my notes. Kevin was giving me hints. So before I forget, let's go around the table and everyone can introduce themselves.
This is Joe.
This is Kevin.
And this is Tom. So let's just do shameless plugs. Don't forget we're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, TuneIn, wherever you find a podcast, you can find us. While you are there, be sure and follow us so you never miss an episode. Maybe leave us a review. That is super helpful and greatly
Have
appreciated.
we had any? Have you checked recently?
Yeah, I just checked.
Okay.
We had one in June.
Man.
But our YouTube numbers have gone up.
Yeah, the
subscribers have gone
slowly
up.
going
So,
up.
yeah.
So, what? Oh, yeah. Also, don't forget you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Real Spoilers. While you're there, like the page, join the group. The group is called the League of Show Sharers because we are hoping you will share an episode. People who were kind enough to share an episode last week include librarian Cynthia Brendan McGuckin, Richard Krotzer, Ralph Tribble, Julianne Jordan, Tom Dowdy, Travis Tewitt, Glenn Cougar, Melon Brewer, Chris Magic Man, Gabriel Lugo, Tammy Lynn Powers Betts, Taylor Ward, Heather Sachs, Colby Mack, The Real Pete, Ken
You said it
Holtzhauser.
right.
I love that guy.
Ken Holtzhauser, Spoiler Piece Theater, Ryan Terry, Mike and Oscar, Jason Aldridge, Melissa Wong, Ronnie Castle.
Is that a new one?
Yes.
I did, yeah.
In Session Film, Matt Naglia, Nostalgia Cast, and Geek to Me Radio. So thank you very much for sharing an episode. I struggle with the name Wong now.
Why?
Because of Peloton.
Oh.
Okay.
There is an instructor named, let me see if I get this right. I might be getting this wrong. If there happens to be a clip out listener listening to this episode, they'll correct us. There's a row instructor named Katie Wong, but she spells it Wang.
Okay.
So
okay.
it's spelled W-A-N-G, but she pronounces it like you would pronounce.
It's like Shang-Chi, how it looks like it would be spelled Shang-Chi, but it's Shang-Chi.
But this is like the
I gotta
exact.
tell you, I didn't know that until
Yeah.
the movie came out.
But it's like flipped. I mean, because I
Right.
guess that would make sense that if you do one, then it's like, well, then it's the opposite.
Yeah,
thing.
but it's like for it to be spelled Wang but pronounced Wong is like it's just whenever I can't tell you how many times we're recording an episode of Clip Out where Crystal will say like other way. Oh yeah, yeah, and her Instagram name is even like Wong spelled Wang.
Oh, that's
or
fun.
if it's the other way, then it's the other way. But yeah,
Do you know how to pronounce
Katie? Yes.
No.
Okay.
Do you know how to
I-
pronounce Nguyen?
Is that just
It's Win.
Win?
Win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a comic book artist named Dustin Win.
Yeah.
And for the longest time,
you
I
say
just
Guyan?
said it phonetically.
I know
Right.
it's the
Until I was in front of him,
and then you got canceled?
and then he was like, "It's Win," and I was like, "For really?" And he was like, "Yeah."
He's like, yes, I would know.
"Yeah," and I was like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry."
Well, the more you know. He did. I mean,
Was he cool about it?
He was totally. cool
I
about
was
it.
gonna
But
say,
it's
like,
also-
It did also help that I had like 4 books
Right.
that he had drawn.
Yeah.
So like I would already supported him, and it wasn't like, "Can I get a free sketch?"
Right.
But but yes, he was cool about it.
That's cool. But
Yeah.
like that also has to get old.
100%.
Have to constantly correct
Yeah.
people.
Sure. Yes.
Like
Also, Dustin Win, incredible artist.
yeah. What is he? What books were they?
He was on Batman, Streets of Gotham. He was
Okay.
he did a lot of Batman stuff. A lot of Wildcats for Wildstorm.
Okay.
He's very good.
Cool.
His Batman stuff is tops.
Nice.
He's very good.
Okay.
But anyway, so I always struggle with that now. Like I was like, wait, that's not. I don't have to do it like that for this person.
What's the person's first name?
Melissa?
Melissa. If we said it wrong, send us an email.
Yeah.
That we'll never read.
We probably didn't because the Peloton instructor is the first person I've ever seen have their name like that.
Oh, really?
But okay. I think God, it's like I know it's easier said than done. I feel like I would just give up and start spelling it the other way.
Just because.
just to be like, I don't.
I quit.
Yeah, but
You know, we did get a nice comment from someone that listened to the Conjuring episode.
we did?
I don't know if you saw this, but Jeffrey Paul Kress said, number 1, loved the episode. Number 2, I have a bachelor's and master's in theology from Loyola Marymount University and the Catholic University of America, respectively. I no longer teach, but would love to help with any religious horror questions.
That's awesome.
So that was really
That'd be a
cool.
lot
Like,
of fun.
he clearly knows his stuff, listened to it, and wasn't like so offended.
Yeah.
And was like, hey, if you have questions, let me know. Like, that would be a cool person to get on the next religious horror to like actually
that would be cool.
fact check the
instead of having to rely on me and my my
Wow,
you were
Catholic.
my
12.
Catholic school education from 35 years ago.
And you were only 40 back then.
Yeah, and I'm not even Catholic.
I know.
So-
I am. And I was like,
And
I don't know what
you
that's
didn't know.
called.
And I'm like, let me explain transubstantiation versus consubstantiation.
And the
Here we
fact,
go.
that this person was so kind to leave a nice comment,
right,
given
right,
all
right.
that.
Yeah,
Thank
right.
you.
Also, when the Oompa Loompa thing,
Yeah,
you were supposed to put up a picture of the house.
I did.
Oh, it's definitely a video of
Oompa Loompas?
of Ed Helms doing the Oompa Loompa song.
No, you
Did I miss it?
You missed the whole
Oh,
thing.
all right.
It was a running bit. I said Oompa Loompa every time I said Oompa Loompa. I put a different picture of an Oompa Loompa, and
I
then
did see
you
that.
said Oompa Loompa, and then I put a picture of the house up.
I don't think that there is a picture of the house.
What are you talking? Yes.
All right.
I edited I spent way too much time editing the episode. There is a picture of the house, Joe.
Okay,
Trust
fair.
me. It was a running gag. You just missed the part where the
I
house
could have missed
went
that. I could. Yeah, I was also doing work.
I
at
put
the
two
same
pictures.
time.
I put a picture of the house, and I put a picture of
The Airbnb.
the families in front of.
Oh, did you? Okay.
The thing, yeah.
All right.
But then I thought it was funny because you said, "Oh, cue the theme from The Office," and instead of the theme, I put Ed Helms singing the
was
Oompa
funny.
Loompa
I
song.
did
It was
think
a
that
running bit.
I did think that was
I
funny.
put way too much time into it.
I missed the houses.
Too much time to be putting up with your.
It was a legitimate question in the movie.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in to the final episode of Real Spoilers.
And then they'll play us off.
Yeah, that's right.
So continuing
back into the
along
cave.
with shameless plugs, don't forget we have a Patreon, patreon.com/Real Spoilers, where for $5 a month you get all sorts of bonus content, plus we like you extra. And then, of course, as we just alluded to, you can watch all of these with or without the appropriate comedic photos over on YouTube at youtube.com/at
You
Real
got it.
Spoilers.
You got it.
Okay.
And a listener did leave a comment and said, "I loved the
I
running
know,
bit
I
with
did
the
see that.
Oompa
I
Loompas."
saw
So
that,
I'm
yeah.
like, thank you. It made
Yeah.
it all worth it. At least if one person enjoyed it.
So anyway, there's all that. Let's dig in
Before
to
we,
the long walk.
think we would be remiss if we did not talk about the elephant in the room.
Tom's lost weight.
He's great.
Trying.
There has been a lot of news recently, and I just wanted to touch on the fact that I think it's absolutely insane that Skydance is trying to buy Warner Brothers after they just bought Paramount.
Well, it's just Warner Brothers Discovery, I thought.
I thought it was the whole thing.
I said Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
I thought it was Warner. The headline I saw said Warner Brothers Discovery.
That's what it is. That's what they
Well,
are
that's
now.
the whole company. It's
Oh,
called
I thought
Warner
they were
Brothers
just trying to
Discovery.
buy like the.
No.
No, they're trying to buy the whole company.
Oh, gotcha.
The leap of like this tiny, not tiny, but small.
They want to be Disney.
production
There's going to be
company.
like three. There's going to be like 3 studios.
It's wild. And I also think that's
crazy.
a problem.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I think it's going to completely ruin.
They're going
and
to
maybe
control
it'll-
the entire media landscape of like, you know what I mean? These two companies can
Why
just
did you guys
change-
look so panicked when I was talking? What what happened?
Oh, we don't want to talk about that.
Talk about what?
We don't want to talk about
That.
Warner Brothers. We're not big fans of
They've I gotta tell you, this summer they've kicked a lot of ass. Warner Brothers has like dominated the box office in the.
Yeah.
I think they had Minecraft,
Superman, which was one of the best versions of Superman ever.
Yeah, no, but so like I do think it's wild to think that Skydance is like, we just bought Paramount. Let's go out for Warner Brothers. Like, and I think it's a terrible idea. I don't want it to happen. I think
No,
it's awful.
bad. And but they already pushed through the Skydance thing, which was already bad enough, and now like
Yeah,
the FCC is going to let them do it. There's like
I don't
why
know.
not?
I mean, I guess if Warner Brothers prices themselves out, like there's going to be a limit to what Skydance can.
No. Skydance is owned by the richest person in the world.
Was that the who was that?
Ellison,
Ellison.
the Oracle founder,
Yeah,
who runs
yeah.
the servers and backbone technology for like the internet for
Right.
everybody. You know what I mean? No, it's the richest person in the world. There's no limit.
I guess that's true.
It's
I guess somebody
they
can come
can
in
finance anything they want. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
personally could finance it, but they will have investors. I mean, he knows all the other rich people. Like they can,
Right.
like Warner. Like the Marvel Lucas stuff was $4 billion, Fox was $70 billion. I mean, what's the limit? I mean, Warner Brothers could be what? If it was $150 billion, they'll make it happen.
Yeah, I guess
mean,
that's true. I just think it's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, no, it's very. Anytime you consolidate, because then you can control price, you can
Right.
control what's seen. You know what I mean? You can just make all these decisions.
It would be weird if they would own CBS, which is now starting to lean a little to the right,
A little.
and CNN.
Yeah.
Like if that happened, they would own them both.
Well, they would
so it's
probably
like,
one would go away.
man, maybe that's the scary part.
But you can. That's see what I mean. You
Yeah.
can, or you can change it. Like when you. That's the problem without having. It's good to have competition. It's
Yeah.
good to have different opinions because then they can kind of balance each other out. But when one person owns anything, you can raise the prices. You know what I mean? If one person
Yeah.
controls all the prices of eggs and whatever, you know what I mean? Then all of a sudden it's like, well, what can you do about it? It's
Nothing.
like, do you want
just
it
accept
or
it.
not? Watch TV or not? What
I'll just
it's
stream it off some illegal website.
it's not good for art, especially because the people, if you spend 150 billion on a product, you're not doing that for fun. You're not doing
No.
that to create art. You're doing it for profits,
Yeah.
right? And so what do? Anything that's not profitable, you cut. But like, there's great art out there that isn't profitable. It's,
Yeah, I do wonder if this goes through. I do wonder if that opens the door for people to start smaller studios again.
Yeah,
and you get like a new
yes,
line, or
you will.
you know,
And I
something
mean
like
that's
that.
the good thing, but it's and with the internet, it's so democratized with YouTube, and people can just make stuff now. But that's the problem. That's what you're starting to see, right? Like YouTubers are the celebrities, not the A-list celebrities we'd consider. Like Gen Z doesn't care about George Clooney. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
look at the new cast of SNL.
right. That's
Right?
So
Those are
like
TikTokers.
that's what you're going to start leaning to. They're trying to consolidate and compete with this thing over here, but like they're so different.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. So I just don't want that to happen. It'd be terrible.
So anyway, let's dig in to The Long Walk.
This is absolutely unbelievable of a movie.
This was so good.
This is really good.
This might be like a top 5 Stephen King adaptation.
This is definitely top tier.
This was a palate cleanser after last week. And this is what I was
Sure.
talking about. Last week was horror. This is horror adjacent. It's Stephen
Kind
King.
of.
It's people, gruesome, bloody deaths.
So
and
this is
stuff.
that's an interesting. I don't think this is horror. I put
I think
this.
it's horror adjacent.
I don't think that it is.
I
And
think anything that's got a Stephen King brand, I think is going to be horror
That's okay.
adjacent.
When people are dying gruesome deaths and like the thing, like that's scary and it's intense, and they're talking about the beats per minute competing with horror movies. Like
Yeah.
they're trying to brand it kind of.
I think this falls into the Green Mile, Shawshank, Stand By Me camp of stuff because there's no supernatural tint to this.
Right.
Like there is a supernatural tint to the Green Mile a little bit. Not so
horror
much.
doesn't have to be supernatural.
No,
it can
no,
be
no.
killers. It can be just murder. Or whatever. It's scary.
But I think like Shawshank or Misery, like Annie Wilkes is a terrifying villain,
but she's not supernatural.
but she's not
Yeah.
supernatural. She's just a little wacky.
Do you know Stephen King said that Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter is one of the most terrifying villains of all time?
Interesting.
Because she's
I could
another one
see
that's like
that.
normal in that world, a
Oh.
wizard, but she's so
She
awful.
is
and so-
terrifying.
right? Because we just rewatched all the Harry Potters with new stuff coming out, getting refreshed. Those movies are great, by the way. I
All the
forgot
way
how
through?
good
1 through 7 are all
they're-
good?
They're really good movies.
Okay,
really good. But anyway, we were watching that, and then I read that Stephen King quote. But the thing is, this movie is so excellent, and we talk about how boring and uninteresting the Conjuring 4 was, and it made a boatload of money, which again doesn't mean anything. That right? That's commerce. It made
Transformers.
profit. Right. But this movie is basically 2 hours of people just walking. Like literally, it's people walking.
This
and
is one
it's
of
It's
those
like the
well
last
written.
30 minutes of Lord of the Rings.
It is. Walk into a fucking volcano.
But it's so well written, and you care about the characters. Like, talk about character development. I didn't care about the Warrens and all these people in The Conjuring. And then these kids, I'm like, wow.
Here's the trick.
Yeah.
So I've gone through MACTAC training, which is like hostage situations, stuff like that. One of the things they teach us is if you know the person's name, use their name. Like, hey, Andy, I'm, you know, so and so. Like,
And that's a common sales technique.
it is. It very much is.
Sure.
But then it makes it a little bit more
Humanizes
them. If you watch this movie, all these people have numbers.
Yeah.
they never refer when the boys are walking, they always refer to them by name. Everybody's referred to by name.
Yeah.
And I think that's deliberate, so it makes everybody human.
Yes.
And lets everybody be a person that you may not care about the guy with the boom box or the radio so much, but you know who he is.
Yeah.
You know that his quirk is this radio.
This is really good characterization. When we talk about writing and caring about the characters, there's, sometimes they just give you a bunch of information and they go and you're like, well, why do I care about these people? But this movie spends like the first 30 minutes or whatever, like the boys are getting to know each other, and only one can make it out. The book is 100 people, I guess 2 people from each state.
In the book, they do 2 people from each state. It's also, we should say, in the book, it's 4 miles per hour, not 3 miles.
Yeah,
per hour.
Very smart changes.
I do like that. I think when the writer brought the script, he was like, "You might want to change that."
Apparently, 4 miles an hour is like a jog.
It's a brisk.
Yeah,
it's a slow jog.
Yeah, and so I will say that this movie is very faithful to the book until it's not, and
the end?
but there's some tweaks along the way.
Yeah,
but I will say that. I don't know that I can ever say this about a movie. In every instance where they deviated from the book, they improved it.
I 100% agree with you.
Every instance.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, this whole thing from beginning to end is excellent.
I think slimming the kids down to 50 was the right call.
Because
people's
a lot.
They didn't want to, 50 extras they don't have to pay. But
also true.
The logistics of that is...
Yeah.
But yeah, I was stunned. Like, a lot of the dialogue feels like it's lifted straight from the book.
I think so.
I also I read this book when I was in high school, and then I read it again a few months ago.
They take one thing out that I think they needed to take out to make a character likable.
What's that?
So the kid from Alien Romulus, the reason he has that scar is because he sexually assaulted his girlfriend.
Yes, that was a very good move.
And they don't mention that at all.
Yeah.
So like the way it plays in the movie, they almost play it like the kid's gay. A
Which
little
one?
The black kid. The kid from
Really?
Alien Romulus.
Oh, I never picked up on that.
If you look at it, he's
He's so good in Romulus and so good in this. That speech
Gotta
made
tell
me
you,
go, holy crap.
People are in my prediction. And I have a good track record with predictions. Remember, right? I told you Miles Teller was going to. I told you Miles Teller was going to be a star.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? What was that one? What was the one that?
Whiplash? Or
No.
No,
one
it
before.
was
the
Project
teen,
X.
It was
You said he
Project X,
would
where I was
break
like,
out.
this movie is
X.
dog, but he's going to be a
But
star.
what
like
was
Tom
the teen drama one?
Oh, it's Spectacular
Spectacular
Now.
That's great
Now.
too, yeah.
Oh, he's so good in that.
He is so good in that.
But I also said the future of Star Wars was in television, not
You're
in
right.
movies.
Yep.
And I'm telling you right now, in 10 years,
This kid.
you're going to look back at this cast the way you look back at the Dazed and Confused
I
cast.
thought the exact same thing.
David Johnson is the actor that was in Romulus.
Yeah,
And
I will say he was a little hard to understand sometimes because I think he's British. And
believe
he was
so.
trying to put on an American accent, and sometimes it didn't work.
Yeah.
So it was a little hard to understand him, but he gives some speeches in this movie.
that speech
that
at
are-
the end,
both of them,
when he's
yeah.
trying to convince Ray,
keep
whatever.
going.
I just was like, holy crap! Like, it moved me in a way where I'm like, this is exactly the speech we need right now.
I knew I was in trouble when I started tearing up in the beginning of the movie.
For what
When
part?
Judy Greer is
yeah.
Judy
lashes-
Greer is... She gets the Michelle Williams
100%.
award. Like,
maybe
was
best
really
supporting actress for being in the movie
that
for
turn
3
where they
minutes.
hug and then she's like, wait, and then oh my god,
I
heartbreaking.
almost
yeah.
broke down. I was
Yeah.
like, if I'm starting to cry in the beginning of this
Yeah.
movie,
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
yeah.
This movie, and man, they got the guy that directed most of the Hunger Game movies, which the Hunger Games is so similar. What a
Yeah.
great choice for a
Yeah.
director. To,
I'm surprised he agreed to do it because
It
he's
is very much what he's been doing.
But like a lot of times directors are like, I've already done that a bunch.
Yeah.
I don't need to do another one. So
But what a great choice, though. Francis Lawrence is the guy's name.
does the writer of this of the screenplay, does he have any comedy credits?
Comedy? Let me look.
The only reason I ask is because he weaves
Stephen King? Yeah, he's done J.T. Molnar is the writer on this.
Okay.
Outlaws and Angels, Flowers in December, 18 Wheels and a Dozen Roses, The Red Room.
Sounds like no.
Sugartown, Henry John. No, these are all.
He weaves in the comedy.
Yeah.
And maybe it's the actors delivering the lines.
No, but you're right. They're in such a serious situation.
There are moments of levity
Yeah.
that are desperately needed.
Which you
Desperately
need, right?
needed,
Because
yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
movie, again, they start. I mean, you get a tiny little intro where you get Ray and leaving his mom at the,
Philip
packing
Seymour
and-
Hoffman's kid.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Cooper, right? Cooper.
Yeah, he was
Hoffman?
great.
Yeah.
He's always good. I mean,
I've never seen him before.
Licorice Pizza.
you didn't watch Licorice Pizza?
Oh, I forgot he was in that.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Is this the first thing he's done since that?
No, I don't.
remember seeing him in anything else.
No, I'll look it up. But no, he's been in something else.
I was thinking
Maybe
the
not
same
as
thing,
big of
though.
a thing.
When they introduce all of these,
He's been in Wildcat,
Wildcat?
Saturday Night, Old Guy.
Oh, he was
Poetic
in Saturday
License.
Oh,
Dick Ebersol.
he played Dick Ebersol.
Yeah.
That's funny.
oh, that's right. I forgot he was. Yeah, yeah.
But I think you're absolutely right. When they introduce you to the core group of these kids, I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
Musketeers.
this is no, but like even expanding out from there. So like you've got like Curly, like who I've seen before.
Really? That's the Three Stooges. That's
I
very
know.
different. Do you know there are different Curlies?
I'm aware.
There are literally different Curlies.
There's three. There's three of
Curly
them, yeah.
Joe.
Well, Shemp's not a Curly.
There was two Curlies. There was
Right,
there's
but he's a
Curly.
three.
There's Curly Joe, and then there was the other one.
Yeah, but Shemp's not a Curly.
It's not Shemp. There's
Oh,
another one.
There's a third Curly?
It was like
Curly Joe Dorita.
No, but wasn't there a third guy?
I didn't know there were three.
So there was Curly,
Right, and Curly.
and then Curly Joe, and then I thought there was
There's
not
Joe Besser.
That's it.
But he's not
Not
Curly.
a
Well, I
Curly.
know that, but he was the Curly role.
Well, yeah.
well, yeah, but we're...
yeah. Anyone who's not Mo and Larry is filling the
Not
Curly
Shemp.
role.
You don't call Shemp the Curly.
but he was filling the
because-
Curly role.
because Shemp comes before Curly.
I guess that's true.
And Curly
I
is
actually-
technically Curly
Yeah.
is filling the Shemp
I
role.
like Shemp more.
Hot take: Shemp is the best.
Yeah.
I'm
Of
not a
all of them?
Stooges fan, but Shemp is
Shemp
the
is
best.
the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's the most physical. I think he gets it. He's very funny.
Yeah.
He's Mo's brother.
Lou Costello. Shemp was in a couple Abbott and Costello movies.
He was.
And Shemp would get frustrated because Lou Costello would actually cut his scenes out
Oh, 'cause
and
they were
or
too
down.
funny.
Too good.
Because he's like,
Yeah.
this guy's too good.
Too good. Get him out of my movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think, and you've seen all of these kids before in some form or another.
Well, Olsen was the Karate Kid Legends.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ben
Wang.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I think unless they tell you otherwise, you're just going to assume
Okay.
Wang is pronounced Wang and Wong is pronounced Wong. I think
Unless
don't let my Peloton knowledge infest your head.
because now I'm questioning.
Yeah.
But I
he
always
was
thought
great.
he was
With
fantastic.
a totally different performance than you saw in Karate Kid Legends.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
And,
great.
Like he was like the comic relief in a World War II movie. Like he's like the little one from Brooklyn.
That's right.
Like,
That's right.
Like
Yeah.
I don't know where he landed on that, but it totally worked.
I do wonder if he was like, I'm gonna try this.
Yeah.
And the director was like, yeah, that works.
I dig it.
Yeah,
And
why
Charlie
not?
Plummer, you've seen him in a
Charlie
bunch
Plummer,
of stuff.
yep,
yeah.
yep,
He was
yep.
really good as an asshole kid. I mean, when you talk about it, it's interesting because in movies and TV, when you have a really hated character, and it's like sometimes you forget that they're an actor playing a character, and you're like, oh, they're so awful, and then you got to think, man, what a talented actor. Seriously, to make I think of that with Draco, just watching
Yeah.
Harry
Oh,
Potter.
sure.
It's like you hate these characters. Joffrey, that kid had to quit acting because he got so much hate.
He's the worst.
But he was so good, right? Like that is talent.
Yeah.
And so anyway, he did a great job.
So it's 50 kids, one from each state, and basically they walk until there's none. They walk until there is an end.
There's no finish line.
But then why were all those people there? Because they knew it was going
they
to
were the
end?
last. Yeah, they kind
Bad,
of were.
bad writing.
Yeah,
You just don't care at that point.
I
but
thought
yeah.
I was like, don't
But
they
they
just,
knew they're televising it, and as they get, I think it's believable though that if you're watching this thing and it's 4 days and you're down to 3, like people are going to start lining up at cities. They were in the middle of a town at
So
that point.
in the book, there are crowds throughout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Yep, yep, yep.
and so they don't have to worry about explaining why there is suddenly a crowd for the
end of the road.
finale because you technically don't know when or where the
course.
finale will take
Right,
place, right?
right.
I would think after having done this for years, they would have
They
a
knew.
pretty good idea how
Yeah.
long people are going to make it. Having just read the book was written, I think, in like 71 or 72.
Is this his first?
This is literally his first book. He wrote. That he wrote.
Yeah.
It did not come out first.
like 12 years he shelved it.
I
think.
think it came out finally in like 78 or 79, maybe.
Okay.
yeah.
I heard he shelved it for like at least a decade.
Yeah, like because when Carrie was a big hit, the publishers were
Give me
like,
the spooky stuff.
give us more horror. So yeah, its publication date is 1979. But
So I went to a summer camp when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Called Camp Don Bosco, and it was like a sleepaway camp.
And he wrote it in 66.
66 to
so that's
67.
12,
That's a long
13
time.
years, yeah.
And at Camp Don Bosco, they had one giant, like massive cabin, right? So you had a middle part that was like a common area. On one side was the girls, one side was the boys, and you had like bathrooms in the middle.
Did you watch Peacemaker?
I did watch.
Is that the Evil Dead cabin? It looks just like
I
it.
thought that it was.
When you saw that cabin, did you think, okay, because I didn't
100%.
look it up, and you just mentioned cabin, and I go, I know you're like cabin in the woods. They all kind of look like, but I'm like,
this one
that
is
looked
very-
like
yeah.
one of them. Okay.
In the middle of this common area was a giant bin full of tapes and books. So I'm probably 12, and I find this book, and this was the first. This Salem's Lot and the It miniseries are kind of my introduction to King, and I remember reading like the first, I don't know,
You're like,
30
I hate Stephen King books, but this Bachman guy sounds interesting.
It's okay. Stephen King is like a poor man's Richard Bachman.
Yeah, that's right. I remember getting like 30 to 40 pages in and being like, holy, this is really good. Like,
Yeah.
I that was one of the first times I remember reading for enjoyment.
Yeah.
Rather than like I have to read the Of Mice and Men for
Well,
school.
so having just read the book and having like my wife just ran the New York City Marathon, so I watched her train and saw like it is very obvious that Stephen King didn't know anything about running.
Pacing and
right,
food.
right, right.
Nothing. Not a thing.
Just trudging.
Yeah. Now, I will also say jogging wasn't the cottage industry that it would become.
Oh, sure.
When he wrote the book. But, like, I remember even in the book, like, he's like, they're going on about after the first 20 miles about, like, oh, my God. And I'm like, you haven't even ran a marathon. And you're just walking.
Yeah,
Like,
you're just
not
walking
even,
it.
You're not even trying to get up to speed. Yeah, you're just walking.
Yeah.
Jojo Rabbit. That's who Curly is. He's Jojo
Yes.
from Jojo
yes,
Rabbit.
that's exactly it. Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot
yeah.
young. I mean, 6 years ago is a big difference in kid.
Yeah, you're absolutely
But, yeah.
right. And he's fantastic in that.
But it like it was odd because Crystal during the movie she was like, well, that backpack you can't wear. I was like, honey, that's not like they're
Looking-
not. And I think that's also why the movie never gives you a time.
Yeah.
But they clearly did not move it forward in time from when it was written. Right. Because
Oh, it's definitely set in like the 60s.
it's like late 60s, early 70s
yeah,
at best.
yeah.
You can tell the cars and
Style of dress.
the technology.
Which I appreciated. I liked
Yeah.
that it felt like it was set when the book was
I thought they
released.
were doing it like this war
Yeah.
set the United States back 50 years
Yeah,
in technology and stuff, so we're just going back to the 60s.
But it's good because there are a lot of things. Because like in today's world, you'd be like, well, this would all be ultra marathon runners. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a thing. Ultra marathons where you run for hundreds of miles and like
Triathlons,
right,
all
like
that
these
stuff.
this would be all kids from the track team,
Right.
Like it, like they would train their whole lives to do this.
Yeah.
And so.
And that would the
And they
thing
would
would
have-
be like 700 miles long. 'cause
Yeah, and they
wouldn't-
would have better shoes.
Right.
They would show up with because they
They'd
have
have sponsors.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, they
Like
probably
people
would,
would be
yeah.
I mean, it's
sponsoring.
the Hunger Games. It
Yeah.
would be the Hunger
Yeah.
Games.
yeah.
I mean, the Hunger Games obviously coming later than the book, right? But like, if you know the Hunger Games, like more people are going to know Hunger Games than the Long Walk.
Or or Battle Royale, which I cannot recommend enough.
Right.
It's incredible.
But Battle Royale is post
no.
this book.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
This
yes.
is the book that if you've
This is
seen
the
these other
template.
things, it really started with.
I did think it was funny that I got a trailer for The Running Man
Yeah.
in front of this one. I was
I've
like, of
gotten
course.
a trailer for the Running Man in front of everything.
Have you? This is the first time I've seen the trailer
Oh,
on the
I've
big
got it
screen.
in front of
Richard
everything.
Bachman loved game shows.
Let's see if he does the Rage.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so.
Don't
No,
think so.
probably not.
Rage, right? Just
Rage. It's just Rage. Yeah.
But
But yeah, you know what? I was looking through. I've never read the Bachman books. I have a copy of it, but I've never read
They
it.
are mean.
Right? And I'm like, so 3 out of the 4 books are really dour and really like, I'm not saying they're all to a certain extent, but like 3 out of the 4, like he was dealing with
He's
some
working
stuff.
on some stuff.
I
And
think Misery was supposed to be a Bachman.
Oh,
book.
Oh,
really?
they found out who he was and,
And
changed it.
yeah, and they
There's
figured
like
it
to hell
out.
with it.
That's and they went ahead and put out as King. 'Cause
So the story goes that he wanted to see if he could release a book not as
Stephen King.
You want to be
but,
full
like,
of Chris Gaines.
But I'm reading about these books, and I'm like, man, he didn't have the clout, I don't think, to release some really nasty books like this.
No.
Like, I feel like this, I don't know, maybe the story has changed a little bit, because I feel like if you're on a roll as Stephen King and you want to release these crazy books about shootings and people,
but he wasn't on a roll.
well, no, but he like if you, I mean, if you,
I mean, yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant like when he initially wrote them, and he shelves it.
no, but
Yeah,
like I
Carrie-
wonder if the publishers, like at this point, it's not so much Stephen King being like, "Can I do this?" It's the publisher being like, "You got a good thing going on here.
Yeah.
These are a little too
Can
extreme.
you just be the
Can you-"
horror guy?
So like, I feel like that's kind of evolved.
I
would
could
be
see
my
that,
guess.
but I do.
The only problem with that theory is I don't think the publisher that put out the Bachman books knew. Like, he didn't tell the publisher that he was Stephen King.
Oh, sure.
Okay,
Because-
that's fair.
Because part of why he did it is he wanted to see, like, could he do it twice? And if he was like, hey, I'm really Stephen King, but put this book out, like, that doesn't count.
Sure.
You know?
Right.
Okay. No, that's fair
Yeah.
too. I just was reading about these, and I read through the synopsis of all
Yeah.
of them and everything, and I'm like, man,
I am
Because it's like Rage, Long Walk, Running Man, Thinner? Was Thinner? a
no,
Bachman
it's
book?
the guy that his house is going to be taken over by eminent domain, and so it's like a falling down type. I've seen Falling Down, and I
yeah.
equated it to that. The guy buys a rifle, his son dies of cancer, his wife leaves him, and he's like, "You're not taking my house," and starts bombing.
Oh, so it's up.
I mean, actually, that is maybe even closer than Falling Down. But it's a guy that seems like he's just sick of stuff.
Yeah.
And you can clearly see why today you can't release stuff like that because people take it
I
way
don't know.
too.
I don't. I agree with you. I agree. And it's. I mean, that's why Rage is.
Thinner was a Bachman book.
Okay.
Okay.
Which is weird because that's
not
wildly supernatural.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I thought there were only the 4. I didn't realize he released more
Yeah.
than the 4 as.
That's why Rage has been not discontinued, but like you could still find
Yeah.
it. But like I don't think
No,
they
he doesn't
do.
publish it. I mean, you can
You
find
can
it
find-
pre-owned.
that's what I
sure.
mean, that's
Like
what I mean,
anything,
yeah.
you can. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not banned by law, but
And like
it's,
that one got. I mean, it was post Columbine, right?
Yeah.
Where like they found.
Well, there
Rage.
were 2. There were 2 shooting or 4 or something like that, and they all had read.
Is
this
that what it
book.
was? Okay.
You just
Okay.
can't like. It's like what he was trying to do. Like
It's like South Park taking off a certain episode.
right. I
Yeah.
believe his intentions were he was working through things and he was trying to make a statement, just like
Sure.
he's trying to do with this one, right? About government and people watching people's demise for entertainment. He's making a statement, and then people take it literally, and it's like, no, it's nuanced, right?
I hope
This
you know what.
happens a lot.
Honestly, I
People-
hope people take this movie literally, and not that I want the long walk to happen, but you know, in Superman,
But it could happen, is
it
what
could-
you're saying.
Well,
yeah.
I'm saying like in Superman, Clark makes the line where he's like, maybe caring is
Kindness is the
kindness,
new punk rock.
The
yeah.
new. What do you say, kung fu? Is that what you're gonna say?
No, punk rock.
Okay, but in this one, we find out McGafferty's motive for being here, and is it
Which is not in the book.
correct? Is it McStevens? Is that his name? The other kid, Stevens?
No,
Freeze.
McV. It's a V. McVries. Yeah.
McVries says, if you're gonna win this thing, win with love.
Yeah.
Right? Like don't
That
win it with
speech, I'm just-
don't win it with for vengeance. Like win it for you have the ability to change everything.
Which is why I hate the ending of this movie. I hate it.
I don't hate it.
I
because
don't
it-
know how to feel about it because they change it from the book.
Yeah.
He gives an Oscar-worthy speech. It's so well written. It's so well performed, and then it undermines everything. And that
don't
may be a statement of its own, but I just feel like we had such a good
I
thing
think
here.
it broke him.
But
I
if you
think
sacrifice, if he changed a person, and like we all need to hear that and listen about kindness and love,
Mm-hmm,
and then he just spoilers, but like Ray sacrifices himself because of the good person that McVries is and everything he said, and then McVries does what he was going to do anyway, and it's just like I feel like it undermines the whole
I think
thing.
it's a fantastic ending because it's not happy.
Yeah.
and it shouldn't be happy, but
And I think not having I'm okay. You know,
you
there's
can't have a happy ending because 49 kids
Yeah,
just
there's
died,
no-
right? Is
yeah,
no
right,
happy.
right.
But
Yeah.
but you just gave this amazing speech. But again, maybe that's a statement again that even the best of us can be broken. I know there's ways you can read into it.
Yeah, I think there's probably some truth to that. I also just think that sometimes it doesn't work.
of course.
You know, I think.
But what did he die for? He had a family. He had a mom. All that stuff they talked about.
He also had a girlfriend in the book that they don't talk. They don't break up in the book. They stay together in the book. And if Ray was going to die anyway, he could have done the same thing and then gotten his revenge. Like, I just feel like it undermines the whole point of him sacrificing himself, because McVrees was a good person, and I think what happens is McCafferty realizes. So
I think McVrees is like, don't do it because of what it's gonna do to your mother, and then once he's dead and his mother's going through that anyway,
he's like,
might as well take him out.
Yeah, and so I think that he, McFreeze is going to. I don't think it's McFreeze. Is it McFreeze? It's not McFreeze. McFreeze
with a V
is going to, because he believes that he knows that he has changed McCafferty. Right? He knows that there's a change in him, so he's going to say McGarity. Sorry,
just Garrity.
Garrity.
Call him Ray. Yeah, they're not all Irish.
That's why I was like, I think it can't be right.
This is offensive.
I know.
Yeah. You
Ray,
think all Irish people look
we're
alike?
not a monolith.
Yeah.
Ray does have he does have a moment where he's like, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Let's come back to it when we talk about the plot. I just wanted to set that up, that I think the speech that's so good gets undermined, but we should tell people what is happening.
Yeah. So like this, we've got these 50 kids, and immediately McVrees and Ray link up.
Yeah.
Right. They
introduce themselves to one another,
and they're with it. Yeah. Right. And I did think, I looked at Ray's body type.
I know that was.
This kid's gonna have.
There's no way he would last 4 days.
And I'm not saying, it's just saying he's a little chubby.
Yeah.
And he was going up against McVrees, who was
I don't know though,
ripped
because
to shreds.
It's about stamina.
Correct.
It's not about speed
Until you
not
get to
about,
that hill.
I know,
It's
but
not about brute strength.
But
right.
It
is just about walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is true. I mean, like, he's kind of built like a football player, kind of.
Yeah.
So we're introduced to all of you. Is the Native American kid?
That's Joshua Ojic, and he is in It, Welcome to Derry.
That's coming out in a couple weeks. I was like, these kids have all been in stuff before.
Yeah.
So we're introduced to all of them. Some of them get along. There's the 4 of them. There's Ray, there's McVrees, there's the kid from Karate Kid, and then there's the other black kid.
Mm-hmm. Arthur.
And they start running together, and they kind of, they busting people's balls, busting their own.
And so the other characters, so there's a bad guy, Charlie Plummer. Just a total jerk douche.
I don't know. I think he's crazy.
Well,
I think he's mentally ill.
I know he's dealing with stuff, but what I mean is that he's very abrasive,
I thought his plan was going to be to antagonize everyone that he can and make them go after him so that they drop off faster.
I don't know how there isn't more of that stuff. That is the thing with this race, because all 50 of these kids can't be that good at heart to be like, oh, I'm just going to see who drops dead last. You'd have people scheming. You'd have people antagonizing like that. But then when he does it, though, to to the other kid, you're like, oh, he didn't feel good about that. He's just a jerk. Like, he didn't mean to. But I started thinking they were going to be plotting.
Yeah, because McFreeze is like, what's up, killer? He's like, don't call me that. Don't call me that.
Yeah, he's very... I mean, in the end, it weighed on him that he couldn't stop thinking about it. He got someone killed, which you're going into it, and 49 people will die.
Right.
But because it was him, he felt awful. It broke him.
Mentally. So
and then there's like a kid that they call Superman, who's like tall and in super good shape.
Captain America.
They call him Superman.
They did? I thought
in the movie.
Okay. Oh, blonde hair, blue eyed. I thought it was
Captain America.
I love Superman too. But yeah, and you look at that kid.
But you don't like that they replaced the Henry Cavill with the new guy.
I think you've got that reversed. But I think in the book, like this character that Stebbins is a combination of 2 other characters, I think, because
from what I've read, the
kid from the Karate Kid is the one that actually gets sick.
Okay.
So they've taken bits and pieces and squished him into one character.
An amalgam.
Yes,
but apparently he does last till the very end.
Yes,
it's the last 2.
Stebbins and
the last
Ray
3
are
McFries, Garrity, and Stebbins, and then the last 2 are Stebbins and Garrity.
Yes, yeah.
So it's a little different where he drops off, jumping ahead, but he jumps off one earlier than.
Yeah.
So I mean, they walk, and the whole movie is walking, but it's. You get to know these kids, and that's the thing, is they get to know each other, and they talk about things like they know that 49 of the other people are going to die, but like the moments still matter. Like live in this moment now.
Right.
That, these moments still matter, and they help them get through what they're about to.
Whether it's the memory of your mom or what, he's like, these are the things we need to hold on to.
Yeah.
McFreeze says, hold on to that. Like, tell me about your mom to keep them.
And they know what's going to happen. So it's like, we may as well make some friends and have fun while we're here.
Right. And so that's basically what it is. It's them walking and talking and all this character building. And you as the audience member start to develop a connection to everyone for the most part. And then.
And when the first kid dies.
Curly's the first one to get shot.
Is it Curly?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because the other guy gets another guy killed. That's
Yeah.
right. So when Curly dies, if you haven't read the book or haven't seen the movie, and you're wondering, like, are they really gonna kill him? Like,
Yes.
is it more of a like fake type of thing or whatever? And then it's like, no, they
blow
blow
his
their brains out.
lower
Right?
jaw off.
And those kills are like
they're brutal
gut punches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are brutal. And what I think is incredibly tension building is we know that they get, like you said, you get 3 warnings. If you walk for an hour without stopping, you get
one of your warnings will drop
warning goes
off.
away.
And there's a third and final warning.
Correct. So while our characters are talking to each other, you hear in the background so they're surrounded by these tanks, and that's where you hear like that number 42 first warning. I thought it was anxiety inducing to hear all of these characters just talking and going about their day.
These warnings are constantly
Yeah.
going off.
Constantly
in the back.
going off.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's your first warning. That's your second warning. It's like, God damn
You don't
it.
even know who they're for.
No idea.
You just know that like everyone's on a razor's edge.
Yeah, right.
And the whole time as you're watching this movie, I think it's interesting how I believe the point it's trying to make is how desensitized you get to violence. Because when Curly dies, he's this young kid. He looks very young. You have to be 18 in the movie, they say. In the book, it's 13, I believe.
13 to 18.
Yeah, and they're like,
the
you
book.
tell me
Oh,
that.
13. Okay. And then he's
That
like, you're not a
kid's-
day over 16.
Yeah, right.
He's a very young kid, innocent kid. And does he start cramping or what happens?
I think
to
his
Curly?
I think his
leg starts-
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Ray runs back. He's like, just stay in step with me. Stay
and he
in step
can't.
with me.
And when that finally happens, you're like, oh my, that first kill was gruesome. You're right. They don't cut away from it.
No, they
it's
stay on it.
gnarly. But then they start killing more people, and you're just like, okay, that's what we're doing. Like the way that you get desensitized
Well, I
throughout
think
the
there's
film.
even a line where Ray says, "Man, I hope that gets easier." Or maybe
Right, because they're like
McFreeze
sick
says
at
that.
first.
McFreeze
They're-
is like, it'll get easier, and he's like, I hope it
doesn't.
Right.
Which I was like, God.
which is so, which is fitting, in this day
the
and
timing
age.
of this movie. Now, obviously,
There's no connection.
There's no connection
But this is the world we
whatsoever.
live in, right? Which is why it's
the timing of this is very interesting. And it's like sometimes when there is a tragedy in the world, there's a movie that's coming out that might be somewhat close.
and they push
The,
it.
the studio will probably push it. The incident that happened in Utah, it happened so fast that you can't pull, like, unless
Yeah.
you were to, like I was talking about Collateral with Schwarzenegger,
Yeah.
where they pulled that post 9/11.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then just let it sit for like a year or so, and then they released it because they had enough time between 9/11 and the actual release date of this movie to be like, let's just wait.
Well, this
Where,
is
like,
also the plot of this isn't. If it was
No,
some kind of a
no.
closer plot, then
Other
they would.
than gun violence.
Yeah, gun violence or
and if you're going to
a
pull a
total-
movie over gun violence in America, you're
have to
never going
pause every.
yeah, we're just gonna be watching Disney movies. That's all
Right.
we're watching.
So, but
not
I,
Bambi.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, though. It does seem like in the past they were more like if anything happened, they were more.
That was close, right? That was remote, but this one they were just like full speed
but
ahead.
yeah, but the plot isn't close enough for
I
people
think
to be
when
like
I say
offended. It got
I
released,
guess
you know?
also just like the totalitarian government at this point. Like Mark Hamill plays this wild character that's like the general who
I love Mark Hamill, but I don't know about this performance.
I think
don't
it's
know.
fi- I think-
Starring Mark Hamill as Stacy Keach.
yeah, right.
I mean, I love Mark Hamill. I think
Who's the
he's
other-
great.
who's the
But
other
I
guy
just
that I
don't know
always-
that his like army general tough guy. I don't know.
I think it's
a little.
I think he's
hammy.
older and he's just
It's a
getting
little
to.
hammy.
It is.
Don't you think it's a little over the top?
I do,
And not
but
in
I,
a way where I'm like, man, that was a fun. I'm
but
like,
I didn't. For a moment, I didn't think he was real. Like I thought he was like an automaton.
Oh,
Because just the way people talk about him, they're like, oh, he doesn't age. Like, look at because he does. We see a flashback
Yeah.
of him killing Ray's dad, which I don't think was in the book.
No. So like his dad is disappeared by the government.
Yeah.
But
this one gives it a
He doesn't witness
gives Ray
he's
a
not
reason.
out to get vengeance against the major.
Which I think is a good plot move.
Yeah,
to
I
give
agree.
Ray some motivation.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. That's really interesting.
But Ray wasn't that much different in age. It couldn't have been more than a couple years.
Yeah,
That's true.
He was a
Yeah.
kid, and now he's still a kid.
Yeah,
you know.
but I think that like the way when he's like he doesn't like he looks exactly the same. Like he looks. That's what when they were saying that I was like, well, maybe he's not real.
No,
like, maybe
it's an
he's like a
interesting
robot.
concept. Westworld.
That's what I'm saying.
This is really the last season of Westworld.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, it's fine, but also you can tell he filmed like 3 days or something. He's not in the whole movie. It's like they're on this walk for 4 days, and you're dealing with these characters, but Mark Hamill's not there in the background
Here's
the whole time.
what this is.
He pops up and he's like, "Good job, guys," and then
this
disappears.
I'll tell you what this is. He's a Flanagan guy now.
Oh,
Yeah. He was in The Life of Chuck. He was in one of those miniseries that Flanagan did.
okay. What did he have to do with Kingsman? Were you asking yourself that when he was promoting Kingsman at
That
Alamo?
was weird.
I don't remember him being the first Kingsman movie.
Yeah.
He was promoting that. Do you remember Mark Hamill? I never looked it up. I should have.
don't know.
but Anyway,
it was strange.
yeah.
So I think this was and Flanagan and King are linked at the hip probably for the rest of their rest of Flanagan's career.
No,
for
it's
sure.
fine. I don't mind casting Mark
I think
Hamill.
that's what it
Obviously, I
was.
like him. I don't think it was a great performance, and I'll call it like it is, just because I like someone. Just like if James Gunn makes a bad episode or bad movie, I'm going to say it's not good. He missed the mark. I just don't think Hamill's performance was great.
I think he was in it so little that I didn't care.
Yeah. Okay. No, fair enough.
Because everybody else was
sack a lot.
He does say sack up. Pull yourself up by your sack.
Yeah.
or whatever.
And I don't have a problem with the
I
character.
do wonder if that's like in the book.
I think it is.
It
Like
has to
Stephen
be.
King has a lot of these like weird
Things
like-
he says.
Yeah, like like some of his dialogue is like
It's a little strange.
yeah, like some of the word choices
Yeah,
and
yeah,
things
yeah.
he gets
I
fixated
feel like
on,
he
yeah.
thinks that he knows, and he probably does. I mean, knows how people talked in the 50s.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what he's trying to like emulate is like this.
Well, especially because he wrote it in the 60s.
Yeah,
so,
right.
yeah.
That line in the end when the kids just don't care and Ray starts telling this old guy to shut the F up and
Yep.
do all this stuff, whatever. And he's like, "That's the spirit." That was so funny. That part was.
I
Really
think there's I think there's
was
there's the
laughing.
part where Arthur has to take a and he like stops and he drops some turds.
Oh man, you see a lot of
There's a lot of
poop.
pooping.
Poop in
There's
this
a lot
movie.
Of poop. A lot of poop. If
Lot
you
of
have
pooping.
a poop fetish, then this is the movie,
This is
for,
the movie
you.
for you.
If you like poop fetish and people getting shot in the face,
Yeah, this is right up your alley.
Because I wondered the rules of this thing. I'm like, do they sleep at night? Do they get bathroom breaks? Like, I didn't know what rules there were, and it's
Yeah.
like, no, you walk and you don't stop, and if you do so quickly, if you do,
Yep.
you know, it's
Yep.
and those they kept sucking on these little tubes of
yeah. What were
food.
the
Well, so in today's world,
They're
there's
like
something
protein.
called goo, and
Yeah.
it's like there's goo,
Sugar. It's-
and you like marathon runners
Yeah.
will eat them. But I will say that if you eat too many of them,
Oh.
you will get the like
Okay.
you,
Which
you have to pace yourself accordingly.
that
Yeah.
makes sense.
No, it does.
Dude, the guy in the movie, the fourth guy, I can't
The
remember
guy that
what
was
his-
like had the liquid.
yeah, and when he's like, I know most people poop once a week. I'm like,
Oh, that's
who?
that's Arthur.
Yeah, like, what?
I'm sorry?
Once a week.
Once
Like,
a
what
week?
You better get that
I'm
checked
like,
out,
Just when
buddy.
he said that line, and I
That-
wanted
that was-
someone to like combat
that
it.
was that
like-
was Arthur.
But he's
Yeah.
like, but I go once a day. I'm like, what?
That's the way
kinda
it should be.
I thought it was funny, but I just wish someone like reacted differently to it because I'm like, what? What is this guy talking about?
But I like it's a very funny scene where like so he's part of the crew. He's part of the Three Musketeers, and they're talking to him.
I like how they're like, well, it can't be a musketeer if there's four. I'm like, D'Artagnan.
That's what I said. I
There's
was like,
Four
there's four
Musketeers.
Musketeers.
There's literally a movie called Four Musketeers.
Yeah.
Now this takes place in a world where that movie doesn't exist.
Oh, that's fair.
right? 'Cause
Yeah.
it
But
had
but
to-
the book, the Alexander Dumas book.
Ooh, look at you, fancy
fancy
pants.
pants.
I mean, that's
funny.
old. It's seven.
So this is just apropos of nothing, but Crystal and I have been rewatching Leave It to Beaver,
Okay.
and the one we watched this morning,
It was called The Long Walk.
not moments before you guys came here, or would have come here if Joe was on time,
Shut up. I had to work.
was about Beaver having to write a book report about the Three
Oh, that's
Musketeers.
fun. That's
and then
funny.
he cheats, and instead he watches the movie.
He does ChatGPT.
He watches the movie The Three Musketeers, which starred the Ritz brothers, which is like a less funny Three Stooges.
Oh.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah.
Remember the Man in the Iron Mask? That was the one that I
And
remember.
like, I think it would be interesting as a plot point if like the government banned the Four Musketeers after the three, but they're all so old that they wouldn't get banned.
Right.
They would already exist from
Yes,
the 1700s or whatever. So like, I couldn't figure out. But anyway, I just thought it was.
I think the kid had never read it.
No, that's fine. I know people know they're called the Three Musketeers,
it's like
but
in Airheads when he's like the Lone Rangers.
Yeah.
There's three of
The
you.
Lone
You're
Rangers,
not
yeah.
exactly lone, are you? But yeah, so he
Well,
like
that leopard isn't deaf.
that's true. So this is a very funny scene where like he takes it and he keeps walking, and then he's walking next to his buddies, and
they're
then
like,
they slowly
"Woof."
are just kind of like, can you walk? Like it was
Yeah.
a very buddy
was fun.
moment where he's like, can you walk away?
But it's so
like,
true
you
because he didn't have
stink.
time to wipe.
No.
So I was thinking the same thing. I go, but then
Oh,
also,
you're gonna get such a rash.
Oh,
no,
it's gonna
that's
be
what I'm
so
saying.
bad.
Like, because I thought that would come up about how he was like sore or something because you can't just walk for miles after
No,
that.
well then
You
you've got
would
the
be-
one kid who like literally is just like liquid poop is
Yeah.
coming out of him, and he's just kind of like, I quit, like that, had enough, and
Yeah.
stops, and they kill him, and so it takes them a minute to get these characters kind of whittled down. Then we get to this scene where they have to go up this hill.
The hill takes
and
out,
I was
half
like,
of
"This
them.
is it! Like this
Yeah.
is how we're gonna get rid of a bunch of these red shirts."
This is a hill like after 2 days of walking.
Yeah.
It's not like a hill up front. It's
Yeah.
they've
No.
been.
There's a yeah.
And it's one of those hills where they're like warning trucks about the steep
Yeah, the steep
grade.
incline.
Yeah.
So the movie progresses, and we've just you're losing people and losing people and losing people, and finally they just get to the point where is it Stevens? Is that the
Which one?
The kid, the Captain America kid?
Stebbins?
Stebbins
Yeah.
is sick, and he doesn't know why. Like he's like, I went 10 years without getting
Yeah.
sick, and of course
That's
now's
how it goes.
the
though,
time.
right?
Oh,
Like,
absolutely,
that is exactly how it goes.
And I was thinking, I was like, all right, he's gonna get a stomach flu, so he's gonna start puking.
I
or
keep
doing
thinking
whatever.
I have yet, knock wood, to have COVID. And I was like, whenever that day comes,
I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm going to be on a ventilator. It's going to be so bad.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
not. Maybe COVID, your body will just be,
Maybe I'm just one of those guys that only gets asymptomatic or
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Or I don't know that it'll be as bad as it was when.
also true.
With
But yeah,
first-
but I don't know how, but I have danced between those
Oh, man,
raindrops.
I got
well, you had
Yeah.
87 COVID. shots.
There's that.
I mean, that,
Yeah.
I had three.
Guess
I had
they
it
work.
3
Get a-
times.
Get a COVID vaccine every morning.
Yeah,
daily. You just eat them, you
Squirt
just
it.
chomp on them.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of syringes in a bowl.
Squirt it
and
into
you
your
just,
diet, your Coke Zero.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the.
Coke Zero.
Hey, I didn't think about that. Don't tell RFK. Okay, that is what I did want to bring up.
Oh no.
No.
There.
But
There we
like,
go.
I do wonder if Mark Hamill's performance is based on RFK. Their voices are very similar.
He's just raspy. It's a different
I don't
rasp.
know.
I just thought I was thinking that. Like I was
Okay.
like, it could be
I don't. All like the whole time I was just thinking Stacey
Stacey
Keach.
Keach.
Powers Booth.
Yeah.
It's
I
one of
heard the
those two.
Joker in there a lot.
I did. Yeah.
You
Did
know.
you ever see the Tim Curry Joker?
Remind me. Where
So
was
Tim
that?
Curry was the original voice of the Joker, and they recorded him doing dialogue for the animated series
I mean,
as the Joker.
That's a good fit, I think.
And
I can hear that.
I think they said, "You're too scary."
that's what I was gonna say. I mean, that's he would do
it's
a real
out there.
creepy.
You can find
okay,
it.
I'll
You
have to
can look it up, and it's very scary.
Okay.
I guess. It's like this is not for a kids cartoon.
up.
So we just get smaller and smaller and smaller, and things are getting harder and hard. Finally, I think they realize McVee's and
So there's two.
Ray.
There's two secrets. McVree's and Ray both have secrets. Everyone's talking about why are you here? What are you going to do with the money? All this stuff, and the two of them will not say why. And
Yes.
so come to find out as we.
Well, 3 of them because Stubbins has a secret. As
yes,
well.
he does, and I thought that was a really good twist from the very
I
beginning.
thought the dad was going to be Ray's dad.
Yes, that was what I called in the
yeah.
very beginning
Because
we
she
don't
says
see
she's like,
the-
you can talk to the general, and he's like, the general's not going to do anything about this. And
I
was
thought
like,
it was going to be Ray's dad, so that was a good reveal, a little different than I thought. But these two have secrets of why they're doing it, and come to find out, like we said before, Ray is actually there because in the movie compared to the book, the general kills his dad. His dad is like, I guess this is like a Fahrenheit
Kind of. I feel like he
451.
was exposing him to culture.
materials,
basically.
books, and music and everything that
Yeah.
the government has banned. So the dad's showing him so he understands the old ways. They get word of it somehow, and then they come and execute the dad. They say, you can now work for the government, like the military, the rest of your life.
I think he says you can pledge allegiance to the
basically
Which I took-
disavow.
and then or
Which I took meant like he would join the military and be taken away. I didn't think he would just pledge. It's not like, oh yeah, I will do it and then go home. I think it's like, you come work for
Okay,
us now.
that's fair. That's
is how
fair.
I read it. And then the dad's like, hell no.
yeah, he stands up. He's like, nah,
And the general goes, good luck.
yeah, pow.
Yeah. So
You've been released from your duties.
So Ray watches that, and come to find out, even though his dad was obviously like against what's going on and would have never wanted him to join, he decides to join, leaving his mother, who's his only family now, and he's her only family. He decides to join this to get revenge on the general.
Yeah, because you get all this money if you win, and then you get one wish.
wish.
And Ray's wish was to
That
be
the
was to
10 naked that conversation again very
Yeah.
funny.
I think that was
I'm not
fantastic.
going to pay for my 10 naked ladies. You know, someone's going to have to pay
Somebody's
those
paying
10
for it.
naked
And his
ladies.
response is, I never thought of
like
that.
Yeah. Very funny.
That's
Yeah.
very funny. Yeah, so Ray is going to ask for a carbine, and he's going to shoot the general right then and there, or the major. He's going to shoot him right then and there, and hopefully change the course of whatever, while basically ending his own life. in
Like,
the
and
process.
eventually they only share this way later on after
it's like
he's
the last-
breaking down.
yeah.
And McVrees is like, telling him he has that great speech and everything, but he basically tells him like, don't do that. You have a family, do
can
something good
change-
with your money,
In my head, I was like, wish for everyone to have health care.
Yeah. And
Everyone in the
McVrees,
United States can have health care.
right. And
For free.
McVrees, well, I liked the one kid that said, I'm going to have there be 2 winners in the long walk.
Wasn't that McVrees?
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was.
Was
It
that
is?
his
Yeah,
wish?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I like that he said that because like then you might actually win with your friend. I thought that was kind of a cool. That's how-
Although they say later that like that wouldn't be allowed because they say you can't wish,
Change the rules.
change the rules
fundamentally?
or any like policies of the United States.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
So
Oh,
like
that would
it,
be-
it wouldn't.
Okay.
Like you couldn't.
Yeah,
ask
he's like
for
that one
anyway.
kid wished for an elephant, and
Yeah.
they brought it out.
Yeah.
And then he rode it away.
Yeah, all the wishes was interesting to hear what people would wish for. But McVrees basically he won't say why he has the scar. And eventually after the breakdown and talk to him, he tells him he's like, I was a bad kid. I was acting out. I didn't have parents. I was running with the bad crew. Ran.
I
with
liked
some-
fighting.
Yeah, and I ran
basically.
with, and some guy did this to me, but he's like, but I did it to myself. I put myself in that situation. And he's like,
It's his girlfriend in the book.
I know,
Yeah,
it's,
which is good.
it's
Like
a
I
great
think
change.
I think you take that out.
You can't make this guy sympathetic if he assaulted.
Correct.
his-
Yeah.
Now I heard in the book there's like I know it's his side of the
It's
story, but
you only hear his side
he
of the
tried
story.
to kiss her or something. It wasn't like he went
don't
through.
It is.
remember
You're right.
that,
It is.
yeah.
It is like he.
He doesn't say that he went through with some crazy act. He said like he was trying to kiss her and she pushed him.
Misinterpreted or whatever.
Yeah, but-
it is kind of like blaming the victim.
But it's better not in there. It's
Yes, I think having him be a street kid
yeah.
that picked fights and got cut
Yeah.
because of it is, I think, it's totally fine.
So they
But I will say, I got the vibe that he was gay because the one kid that got the other kid killed.
yeah, that kid I definitely think was purposefully
No, he starts talking about sucking dick and yada yada yada,
Mhm.
and McVrees does have a look on his face where he's kind of like, all right, you're getting a little too close to home. And then when Ray asks him if he has a girl at home, he looks at Ray and he's like, no, I
Yeah.
don't have
He's
I
kinda
don't
like,
have a girl at home. He
next
goes
topic.
out of his way to say I don't have a girl at home.
Okay, interesting.
So now
And he's
it
like,
could play on the sexual assault angle.
he
but
also kind of flirts with
he does.
Garrity at first.
Yep.
I thought. Yeah.
I thought so too. And like
that kid he gets killed, Damon Rightly. It's his first movie. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
All the actors were really good in the movie.
yeah, I think once you get whittled down to the main core of those kids, like I think I was like The Outsiders, Dazed and Confused, Empire Records, like that's
Yeah.
what this is going to be
Agreed.
in 10 to 15
Fast
years.
Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah, million percent. So we get to this last part and we know that Ray this is his home state. So he's going to see
Baker has an aneurysm, the fourth musketeer.
Oh, yeah. And I do like that was wild. Like Stubbins was like his brain's bleeding.
Yeah.
That's
Well, and
nothing.
Stubbins right before that is like, we're not going to help each other.
Like
if-
There's
at
there's
this
so
point,
few of us now.
we got to stop helping each other.
Yeah,
Like,
and
someone's got to win this.
and
thing.
Ray
Yeah.
says he's like, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Like
And
I
then
in the
immediately
book-
helps him.
immediately
But in
helps
the
him, yeah.
book, they actually go through with that.
Yeah.
I think they're stepping over people.
And then in this movie, they don't, though, because Baker is having the bleeding, and then, Ray and McVrees both hold him and try to help him. Just keep walking a little longer.
Right.
And he's basically like, it's my time. Give my cross necklace to my grandma. And
he pushes him away.
And he's just like,
yeah,
done.
your brain's bleeding.
Yeah.
Like, there's not much you can do.
So we're down now to 3.
Yeah, and this is where we get the reveal from Stubbins that
he says I'm a rabbit. He's like for a greyhound.
Yeah, so like in the book, they definitely play up that the general, the Mark Hamill's character, intentionally talks down to him to get him more prepared, I guess, and not in a like, a loving coach kind of way. You know what I mean? Like he pushes him to be the rabbit at the racetrack.
And confirmed he is the Major, like Major Payne.
Major.
Think of Major Payne. He's the same rank as Major Payne.
Got it.
That's how you're going to remember
That's how I'm gonna, from now on.
What if Major Payne was the Major? In this?
Damon Wayans is in this
as
movie.
Major Payne.
That's a very different movie.
I watched that movie on VHS so much growing up.
It was in the rotation.
It was
for sure.
Just one of those movies.
For sure. Well, that's the reveal is that the Major pushed Stubbins so hard and made fun of him and kind of degraded him to make him become this thing that's supposed to win.
So Stubbins is the Major's bastard child, and he says, I want to be a part of the family, but he's got them all over.
Yeah, and he says, my wish would be to be welcomed into it. And it's like, he's been a dick this entire time, and then he gives this other speech where you're like, all right, I guess you're cool. And then he realizes he's like, whatever illness he has, he's like, my lungs are filling with fluid. I can't do. He's like, he basically says to Ray's like, if it's anybody, I'm glad it's you. Mm-hmm. And then he stops, and it's like, God,
and he doesn't get any special treatment for
Does
being
not.
the Major's bastard child.
No. They do take out the Native American kid. Like he
got one though.
He got one. So but he goes after the army guys.
So I will say in this movie at least, and maybe it's the same in the book, but if you they make an example of no, it's not just go off road. If you go off road, they shoot you immediately with no warnings. If you try to attack one of the military that's running this thing, they shoot you, but they let you bleed out. They do not give you a headshot
as a deterrent.
Because it's on TV.
Yeah.
They want people to show that if you go against the government, you will suffer and bleed out.
Correct.
So we get that with
There's the kid who breaks his ankle, I think.
Well, no, it's the Asian kid. I can't remember the character name.
Oh, the kid from the Karate Kid?
From Karate Kid. Olsen. You get that with Olsen because he does start like going towards one of the people.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like,
so
just finish it.
He gets shot and he's like bleeding out. And apparently in the book, he keeps walking with his intestines hanging out.
That would sound like a Bachman book.
Yeah,
I believe. He doesn't just stop on the ground, but like his intestines are hanging out and he keeps walking with them as they spill out. And then the Native American kid does. He's like, F this or whatever he says, and he takes one of their rifles, shoots one of them, and then the other guys shoot him,
and they let him just bleed out there. And then he ends up shooting himself. Like he shoots him. Yeah. And so while we're walking through this town, we know that Ray is going to see his mom. Mm-hmm. We know it's going to happen. And I do like that Ray is of the mind where he's like, it'll be great. Like I get to see my mom. And then
you could not walk 100 miles without shoes.
His feet
I just
would
they
be
never address
destroyed.
it. They don't show you the feet afterwards. Like that's the one part where it's like, why even put that in the movie?
I think it's just to add peril.
Yeah,
I know, but that's what I mean. But like you're creating this artificial, like, oh, he doesn't have shoes, but it's like, but if you don't
your
make
life depends on it,
you're gonna walk.
You'd be surprised what you can
do.
And
vengeance will push you real far.
I mean, I know when Crystal did her Big Sur, which has like the hill and Big Sur make this one look like nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she got incredible blisters on her feet.
Sure.
And
shoes on.
With like running shoes too.
But with
right?
running shoes on, she had blisters like crazy. And like she stopped at one point and they were like, the medical team was surprised that she was going to attempt to finish.
They were so gnarly?
Because they were so bad.
Sure.
Oh.
And I mean, just the tire bottoms of both feet were just open blisters.
But I think you're making my point though.
But no, because my point is she still walked another 11 miles.
I know, but this kid walked 100 miles with
but
no
nobody
shoes.
But nobody had a gun to her head.
Yeah.
So I think
she's gonna.
so like, is it Is it difficult? Extremely. Is it likely? Probably not. But
Yeah.
is it possible in the right set of circumstance? Yeah, I think.
I think if he's driven by vengeance to stay alive,
if that's your only, if that's the only choice, then yeah. I mean, if it's that or death, yeah, you.
No, I totally
here's
get
the
it.
thing.
I just wish they
his
brought
feet
it
are
up.
his feet are coming off. At the end of this thing,
Yeah.
whether he's walking through the rain and the wet socks, and he's gonna get gangrene on those feet. They coming off.
Yeah, they never
they
addressed
call-
it again. I just don't know why they made.
What did they
the
call
soul-
that in Vietnam? There was a name for it, like when those guys would walk through the muck with their boots. There was a name for what happened to their feet, like jungle rot or something to their feet, because they were just walking through.
Yeah.
Basically,
but it didn't add to the plot. Is my only point. Is like if they showed it at the end where it came into play, or it's like, oh man, he's really bloody and hurting, but like they were like, oh man, now he has to walk without shoes.
Well,
and
I
then
think we know
100 miles, and it just never comes up.
I think that scene is the bottom of his soul comes off, and he's like, you gotta take them off, man. Like you can't walk with those.
Yeah, walking with one is worse than
Yeah,
walking with
and I
none,
do think that it's supposed to. We know anybody that's watched movies for any length of time know who's going to be the last two, right?
Yeah.
They focus on these guys the entire. We know who's going to. So it does add to, man. He's going to get to a. McVrees is like rocking it. Like that dude
could
is
be a
not
red herring.
It could be.
Yeah.
And so it just.
That's going to take him out the shoes.
It gives Ray an extra level of like.
Oh,
he's
fair
not
enough.
gonna make it.
I just questioned if it were physically possible because I looked at the miles because like okay if it's 10 miles
Let's
fine,
test it.
but it was 100.
Let's test it.
Well,
Get to step.
get to walk.
So
the last two.
Stubbins is gone, and well, I should say that like I think one of the kids says I think it's the Native American kid that says it's not going to be easy to see your mom. Like it's going to make it harder, and it does. Like it almost cost Ray his life because he sees his mom and he realizes he's screwed up. He realizes
I
that
should have stayed in the car.
I should have stayed in the
I'm
car.
sorry.
And
And she's like, no, just keep walking. Just go.
But while all of that is happening, you could hear the timer in the back,
Yeah,
like
it's
going
intense,
off and going off, and then finally
first warning, second warning.
McVrees kind of takes him and pushes him away.
Yep.
And
keep going. And then
this
he's
is
like,
a great.
he says, don't do this in front of your mom because,
Basically saying, don't let your mom see you get shot.
if you're gonna do this, if
she
you're
already
at the
saw
end,
your dad get bullet to the brain,
which was nice. Like I mean, if you're gonna do it, if it's gonna happen, like don't do this. Don't give her that.
So we get to the end, and I do like this where you don't. I will say I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I knew how the book ended, but I was like, I knew that they probably changed. I knew that I had heard that they changed the ending. I was like, so I don't know.
It is kind of cool not knowing. Like I didn't know what
Yeah,
would
I
happen, but
didn't-
even if you read the book, it is kind of cool, right? Like,
Yeah. It
Oh,
was,
yeah.
if it doesn't make a change to the tone or the meaning of the book, like if they change, if they
So
change
the end,
major things,
The
then
end
you're
of the
like,
book is Ray wins, but there's like a thing in the further down the street.
he's
that,
gone
like,
crazy, right? It's like
basically,
a silhouette.
where he's,
Basically
like,
like
beckoning-
in a fugue state.
Yeah, and he just keeps walking.
Yeah.
like that's kind of
He's broken. He won, but he's broken.
He sees like a shadow figure
he
off
thinks
in the
the
distance.
walk is still going on.
Yeah.
and he's walking, and then he starts to run,
which
and
is
then that's how-
kind of what this. I mean, the ending of this is close.
I feel like the ending of this is basically like we don't hear it, but they killed him.
Yeah,
You'd have to
And-
think they.
that's
Yeah.
absolutely what they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a good double fake where
Mhm.
McFreeze is. They're walking together, and then McFreeze kind of like Ray is talking to him, and then we realize that Ray is walking by himself. And at this point, I was like, okay, like I know how the book ends. Like,
Yeah.
So Ray realizing that he's like, oh no, like
Yeah.
you're not doing this. We're doing this together. You're my brother. And then they start walking again. And then as
thinks he's walking next to him.
as McFreeze is talking,
This was really well shot.
It was
It's
really
so
done.
well
Because
shot.
like at this point, he's like, okay, they're walking together. He's not paying attention, and he's still talking.
he's
to
still
Ray.
talking.
Yeah.
And Ray takes a knee.
Ray drops off,
Yeah.
and
and you just hear the gunshot.
No, you see Ray's brains.
Well, I mean, but in the background,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like-
yeah.
And there's he's on his third warning, right? So there's no,
yeah,
he doesn't get another warning.
No.
He's already used it when he
did the thing
with the mom.
Mhm.
So McVreeze is walking, and he just hears the gunshot.
Yeah,
And he's like,
and you see
before he
Ray's,
can even
Ray's body, and then the general or major
He
Payne.
is the modern.
Payne. Yeah,
He's the
that's
very
right.
model of
Basically
whatever.
says, congratulations, like you won, and what's your wish? And you initially think like he's gonna stick with what he said, but he's like, I wish for the carbine, and he's like, all right, we can get you that. He's like, nope, that one.
Mhm.
And then he turns the gun on him, and I do think there's another moment here where like he's got him in his sights, And
you could choose not to do it.
You could choose not to do it, and he was just kind of like,
And I like how the Major is so sure that he won't do anything because like he's rich beyond belief.
Yeah.
Like, why would you throw
He
that
won.
away?
He's going to get all the things.
he's going to get all the things.
Yeah.
But earlier in the movie, when Ray and McVrees are talking, he says, we're on uncharted territory because McVrees is like, well, if you do this, they're going to kill you. And he's like, they never killed a winner. I mean, you'd be the winner of the thing.
Yeah.
We don't know. It's
We don't know.
uncharted. And they leave the movie ambiguous. Now, I mean, I think you can presume they will kill him,
Maybe.
but I don't know.
Maybe.
Because
I mean,
now
it's-
he's
it's
this
the Hunger
hero of
Games,
the
right?
nation,
Like,
right?
it's-
He's the
it's
hero.
Katniss.
Yeah, he's the hero. Right. Just like how when Katniss rebels, it's like, well, can you really take her out? Because now
Right.
she's started this thing, and that might be the thing that pushes
Correct.
you to the revolt.
Which is
right?
what happens in the Hunger Games,
Right,
Like
right.
it's
So I think it's really interesting the way they set that up, but he takes him out.
and then the end of the movie is McVrees walking in the rain into the dark, and that's how it ends. This was unbelievable. Like
it was so good.
It was incredibly good. I did not think this is one of those King projects that I felt was unfilmable only because nothing happens.
Right, that's exactly. I was going to
It's
say,
just
how
a-
have they not made this? But it's people walking.
I think it's been
right?
I think it's been kicked around.
Yeah.
I think Flanagan had it at one point.
George Romero was going to do
Oh,
it
yeah.
at one point.
Oh,
Yep,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad they did though. It turned out.
And I think Frank
Great.
Darabont had it for a while. And
That
yeah.
one would make sense.
Yeah, but yeah, like not much happens. Also, it's very bleak.
It is very
it's
bleak.
basically just 2 hours of killing children.
right,
Which is,
right.
I think, why they shifted the ages. But it's
Made them
still
older, yeah.
2 hours of killing young adults. But if you like war movies, then they do that all the time.
Yeah,
We're
no
immune-
problem.
We're immune to that as a culture.
We are.
But yeah, I mean, it's a very dark. Bleak movie, and but it's very well done.
It's so good.
and
It's so good. I could see this being Oscar something.
yeah. And
don't know.
again, every choice they made that deviated from the book
Yeah.
was an improvement.
I think
in my
adapted
opinion.
screenplay 100% will be
Yeah.
nominated.
I just don't know how to feel about that ending. I'm not saying it ruins the movie. I just, man, that speech is so good.
Yeah.
And the fact that he stops Ray from doing it and then does it, it just,
But
I
you
don't
have
know.
to think. Like, think of it. He broke.
Yeah,
So,
for
like,
sure.
he was going to be, you're right.
I guess I just feel like, especially today, when it's happening, we needed that speech. That speech from McVrees was
great.
amazing.
That's
and
why
I'm like,
it's-
that's what we need.
It's the punk rock. Kindness is punk rock. It's
but
the
then he
same-
does it, and then I'm like, okay, so now the hero of the thing murders someone. It felt weird to me.
Fair.
It feels off, and maybe that is the point. Maybe
Yeah.
it's supposed to make you think. And again, the best of us can break and have moments of weakness, whatever. But like, yeah, I don't know.
And then, I mean, it'll be the fall of King because we'll have the Running Man, I think, in November.
Yeah.
I think is when we get that.
Oh, is that when that comes out?
I think so.
And then that's Edgar Wright. That
I'm telling you,
I'm looking forward to that.
it
I'll
looks
tell you
very
what.
different from the Schwarzenegger version, which is very different from the book.
I think it's supposed to follow the book more closely.
See if it does sticks to the ending.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I gotta tell you, there's a scene in the trailer of him on an airplane, and I was like, maybe.
And I saw there's one other than Thinner. There's one more book, Blaze, that King said he wrote before Carrie that he found in his attic from 2007. He released as Bachman.
He
So
released it in 2007
as
as
Bachman,
Bachman.
yeah.
He's done that over the years of like released books as Bachman.
Okay.
Even though everybody knows this.
Yeah,
too.
right,
But he
right.
says he
think
wrote
it's-
it before Carrie.
I think it's his way of being like, these aren't gonna. This isn't a
Spooky books.
horror book.
Yeah, don't
like,
expect King
Yeah.
Yeah.
supernatural.
But then you've got the Welcome to Deary. I think starts next
Okay.
week.
And what is that's an origin of it?
I don't
Or what
know.
is-
That's the rumor is that
Okay.
is the origin of not the origin, but like Pennywise in Deary, like
Okay.
him landing in Deary.
Yeah,
Um,
like prequel. I mean,
the trailer though does look like it's a bunch of kids trying to fight a clown, and I was like, we saw this already.
Yeah.
Couple
all right.
times.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this is if you like the non spooky King stuff, this is one of the best.
it's graphic. It's violent.
It is. Yep.
It's not so much a horror though. I was telling Katie because she's not a
Thriller.
huge
I would
horror.
say it a thriller.
Yeah.
Drama.
I'm like
Drama.
it's not scary. I mean, if you know what it's Hunger Games. If 50 people walk, one leaves. 49 die. Like you see that happen. If you know
Yeah.
that's what's
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
happen,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
not
yeah.
getting jump scared. It's like that's the premise.
No,
and-
it is more like, please don't kill that kid. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
God, they killed that kid.
yeah, it's scary in that way.
Yeah.
It's like ugh.
Yeah.
So anyway, I guess that's it for this one. Let's go around the table and everyone can say where to find them.
This is Joe. You can follow me on the Twitter and all other social medias at Joey Butts, BUTTS21.
This is Kevin. Follow me on Twitter at Kevin R. Brackett.
And this is Tom. You can follow me on Blue Sky or Threads at Tom O'Keefe Jr. or on Facebook at facebook.com/Tom O'Keefe. You can find the show online at facebook.com/Real Spoilers. While you're there, like the page, join the group, and of course, don't forget our Patreon, patreon.com/Real Spoilers. $5 a month, all sorts of bonus content. You help out a fledgling indie podcast.
Yes, that's right.
And we like you.
I'll keep the lights on.
That's right.
So that's it for this one. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, Cheryl finds a llama.
Get ready for a spoiler. Won't say it twice, 'cause we already